Have you ever done something kind for a stranger, only to realize that moment would change your life forever? I thought I was just helping a homeless man on a freezing winter night. But I had no idea that the man I was helping was someone from my past, someone I never thought I'd see again. This isn't just a story about charity, it's a story about lost family, hidden pain, and the shocking truth that was waiting just around the corner. It was one of those brutal winter nights in Chicago where even the streetlights looked like they were shivering. I had just finished my shift at the diner where I worked double hours trying to make rent. As I trudged down the icy sidewalk, I spotted a figure huddled under a broken bus shelter, thin blanket, no shoes, barely moving. Most people walked past him like he was invisible. I nearly did the same, but something stopped me. Maybe it was the way his shoulders slumped. Maybe it was the way he looked at me when our eyes met, not like he wanted anything, just like he didn't expect anything at all. I offered him a cup of coffee and a sandwich from the diner. He took it without a word. I asked if he had somewhere to go. He shook his head. Against my better judgment and probably every survival instinct, I told him I had a couch. One night. Just to keep warm. He barely spoke at first. I gave him an old hoodie and socks. He looked at them like they were gold. I tried making small talk, but he just nodded or shook his head. I asked for his name. He said, Tom. That night, he slept like a man who hadn't rested in years. I didn't plan on anything more than a warm bed and breakfast the next morning. But what started as a single act of kindness spiraled into something much deeper. Tom stayed 2 nights, then a week. I didn't have much, but I shared what I could: clothes, food, even tried helping him apply for temp work. Slowly, he opened up. He said he'd been on the streets for nearly 15 years. When I asked about his past, he gave vague answers: bad choices, lost everything, and people I hurt. He carried shame like it was sewn into his skin. But then I started noticing strange things. He hummed old country songs my mom used to play. He stared at the photo of my mom on the mantel like he recognized her. One night, I caught him crying while holding a picture of me as a baby. I pressed him about it. He didn't answer. Until one night, I found an old, worn-out photograph in his backpack. It was me as a toddler in the same blue onesie I had seen in our family photo album. My stomach dropped. Where did you get this? I asked, heart pounding. Tom looked at me, eyes red, and said, because that's my son in the photo. You're my son. I didn't believe him. I couldn't. My father had died in a car crash when I was 3, or so I was told. But Tom described things only someone close would know: the scar on my knee from the swing set, my favorite bedtime song, the name of my childhood dog. It was like a dam burst in my memory. Pieces started to fit. The truth came out in bits and pieces. My mother had told everyone he died because he disappeared, left us without a word. She was ashamed, angry, broken. Tom had struggled with addiction back then. He walked out to protect us, thinking he'd ruin us. Then he lost everything: job, home, hope, and by the time he cleaned up, he thought we were better off without him. I was furious. For days I didn't speak to him. How could he let me grow up thinking he was dead? How could he let me go through birthdays, graduations, heartaches without even trying? But then I remembered the way he looked at me when I first offered him food, not like a stranger. Like a man who recognized something he thought he lost. Rebuilding trust wasn't easy. My mom, when I told her, broke down. She didn't forgive him, not right away. But she agreed to meet him. My little boy, my son, started calling him grandpa within months. And Tom, well, he became the most unexpected part of my life. Not perfect, not always steady, but real. It's been 3 years. He lives in a small apartment now, works part-time at a church kitchen, and he never misses a Sunday dinner. Sometimes, life gives you a second chance disguised as a stranger on a cold night. I didn't save Tom. He saved me from a life without knowing the truth.